Hello everyone, my name is Papsodev and today I will do a small tutorial on how to use Event Dispatcher in Unreal Engine 4. Okay, let's go. In Unreal Engine 4, while using blueprints, you can have your blueprints communicate in either a direct method or in indirect method. Today, I will focus on the indirect method using Event Dispatcher. So here I'm in an empty level in Unreal Engine. For the demonstration, I will create 3 blueprints. So blueprint A, blueprint B, and blueprint C. All my blueprints are based on actor, but you can have any base class as you want. This is for the demonstration for simplicity purposes. Okay, let's open those blueprints. Okay, my goal here is to have blueprint A communicating with blueprint B without having any reference of blueprint B inside blueprint A. So in order to do that, I will use an Event Dispatcher in blueprint C. So blueprint C will be my intermediary. So basically, blueprint A will talk to blueprint C, and then blueprint C will kind of relay my message to blueprint A. So to do that, I will create first a new Event Dispatcher in blueprint C. Let's call it Event Dispatcher message A. I can add any parameter that I want. So for example, I can add a string which will be my message. I can add as well the actor that is producing the message. Let's call it color, and for the type it's actor. Okay, so for blueprint C, now the setup is done. I compile and save. I can now go to blueprint A. So blueprint A wants to communicate with blueprint B. So we want to give a message using the Event Dispatcher that we just defined in blueprint C. So in order to use this Event Dispatcher, we need to retrieve it. So to retrieve it, we need a reference to the blueprint C. I will do that by retrieving the actor corresponding to blueprint C. So I use the node getActor of class blueprint C. So this will retrieve the first instance of the blueprint C in my level. So in my case, I have only one, so it doesn't cause any issue. And then from here, I will use this one. I can call the Event Dispatcher that is defined in the blueprint C. So you can see here I have the 2 parameters that I have defined inside the blueprint C. So I can add a message. I'm talking. And for the color, I will just pass the self, a reference to self. At this stage, blueprint A is finished. So now I can go to blueprint B for the listening part. So for the same, to listen, we will listen from the event dispatcher, which is defined in Bluepoint C. So for that, I need to retrieve an instance of Bluepoint C. So I use the same method, get actor of class is the type of Bluepoint C. And here, I don't want to call the event dispatcher, but I want to bind to the event dispatcher, meaning that, let's type and then I explain. I want to bind to it, meaning that when the event dispatcher will receive a call node on the event dispatcher, the event that is here will be fire, which means that when in Bluepoint A we call event dispatcher A, in Bluepoint B, if we are bind to it, the event will be fire, and then we can the execution flow can resume. So for that we need to define the event that will be called. The name here doesn't matter. It's just to say that this event, so this execution flow, will begin as soon as we call the event dispatcher, in this case event dispatcher message A. So I will call this one someone is talking. So I have my execution flow, the message. So here I have the message, the different parameters that are defined in the event dispatcher. So I have the message and also the object that is calling the current event dispatcher. So for demonstration purposes, I will just print on the screen. I will print the message. And the color, for now, I don't need it. I compile and save. Here I can save as well, but it's not mandatory. So now let's review what we did. In Bluepoint C, we defined an event dispatcher that we called event dispatcher message A that contains two parameters, a message of string type and a caller of actor type. This event dispatcher allows Bluepoint A to communicate with it. So when the game starts, event begin play will be called. We will retrieve the first actor of the class Bluepoint C, and then we will call the event dispatcher that is defined in Bluepoint C. So any Bluepoint that is that have a bind node on Bluepoint C, well, on event dispatcher message A, will have their event fired. And on Bluepoint B, the listener, when the game starts, will retrieve an instance of Bluepoint C, and then we bind to the event dispatcher message A in order for the execution flow to continue when a call node on this event dispatcher is called. So here I will just add a print message to notify for the demo that the event dispatcher is ready. Ready to receive message. Okay, compile. I will just add a last thing here. It's a delay, so we can have time to see the message appear. A 3-second delay. So when I start the game, 3 seconds after, the call to the event dispatcher will be executed. Okay, let's go to my level. I need to add a Bluepoint C, which is my intermediary, the Bluepoint B that I want to talk, and the Bluepoint A, which is talking. Let's play. Ready to receive a message. I'm talking. So first we had Bluepoint B that said ready to receive, and then Bluepoint A after 3 seconds, talk, saying I'm talking. Let's stop. Now I will complicate a bit to see that this can be scaled as we want. Let's say now that we have 3 blueprints, let's say 3 for example, that want to talk. This is 4, no, this is 3. I will modify a bit this blueprint so we can have specific message containing the name of the blueprint. So let's retrieve the name. And I will concatenate the name with a message so I can put it inside the call to the event dispatcher. So let's copy paste this one. Well, actually it's not exactly the same message. So if it will be the name of the object, the current object, plus is talking. And we put that inside the call to the event dispatcher message A. Let's compile. Now if we test, we have ready to receive a message, and we have the 3 line corresponding to our 3 blueprint A that are talking. Let's show it again. Ready to receive a message. 1, 2, 3. Okay, we can have the same with blueprint B. So now in this case we have 3 blueprint A that are talking. We can have, let's say for example, 2 blueprint B that are listening. So we will do kind of the same here to know exactly that the 2 of them are listening. So I need self. I need as well get name, get object name. And I will concatenate the name with a custom message. So here we have the name of the current blueprint that will be concatenated with this message. So it will be something blueprint B is ready to receive message. And then we put that inside the print string. Okay. We can also add maybe later on. Let's play. We have now 2 messages here saying that we are ready to receive a message corresponding to my 2 blueprint B. And then here, let's do a screenshot so we can see. Okay, here we have for each blueprint B, we have the 3 blueprint A that are talking. So we have the blueprint A 8, which is I don't know, this one. We have the blueprint blueprint A 5, which is this one, and we have the blueprint A 2, which is this one. And all of them are talking to the blueprint B. So you see, this is a way that you can use to communicate, to have 1 or, well, 2 or more blueprints to communicate with each other without having any reference in one order. So for example, in this case, A doesn't know that they will talk to B, and B doesn't know that the message is coming from A. The only thing that A and B knows is that they are using C to relay some message. So in my case, the C, Blueprint C, was a simple actor in my level, but this can be any object that you have in your level that can be known from the blueprint you want to communicate with. So in my example, it's a simple actor, so you can place this in your level, but it can also be, for example, the game mode or the game character and so on. So that's it for this small tutorial. I hope this was useful to understand a bit more how Event Dispatcher works in Unreal Engine. If you have any questions or remarks, please leave comments below. I will do my best to answer them. And if you liked the video, please give a thumbs up. And if you want to get notified when I post a new video, please feel free to subscribe to the channel. Thank you very much. See you later.